I want to make sure you understand that when you're creating your resumes and cover letters, doesn't matter what field you're doing, you can speak up about the skills you learn along the way. I was able to get into investment banking with a solely science background, which is very unusual. So I want to make sure you guys learn how to brag about yourself. I'm sure you don't like to brag about yourself. I'm sure your whole life you've been told be humble, be very grounded. But this is the time to brag. This is the time to showcase your skills is on your cover letter and your resume. And if you don't brag now, then the employers today, as you can imagine, it's a very highly competitive market. They're not going to be able to know, like, why do I pick candidate A versus candidate B? So when I'm talking about personal brand, I'm talking about it's super important to figure out what makes you unique, like Ravan said, right? And it's also super important to, when you're having conversations with anybody, you gotta keep in mind any conversation you have with somebody in a company or in a professional setting, you are being evaluated. You need to be able to present yourself in a way that you want people to remember you by, because you never know who's evaluating you. And something you gotta keep in mind is, let's say you step to an interview, right? They've made an assumption about you in 10 seconds. In fact, I interview people. I can make an assumption about someone in like 10 to 15 seconds. I know immediately the person is someone I want on my team or not. So you gotta really keep that in mind when you are showing yourself in a professional setting, because your personal brand is everything. And if you don't focus your time by networking with individuals or telling your story, introducing yourself, then that's a big setback that you don't want to have at this stage. It's all about how you carry yourself. It's all about how you respond to feedback, because feedback is something you'll get lifelong. So if you are not able to respond in a positive way, then that definitely will show not just your employers, but everybody around you of the kind of person you are. Okay. Networking strategies are really, really helpful from even at an age that you're in right now. And a great way to network is using something called LinkedIn. Have you guys heard of LinkedIn? Do you use LinkedIn? Okay, that's music to my ears, because most people don't know what LinkedIn is at this stage of life. So I'm glad to hear that. So that something that Madhuvanti said that touched is networking is about who you talk to. It's not just about asking a job, but it's them knowing, like, hey, these are the skill sets I have, and you telling them about it. It's all about communication, because you are only who your network is. That's a phrase that someone's told me in my career, and it's always stuck to me. Because even today, when I, as an account executive, and I'm trying to make new relationships, I go to my LinkedIn, I see my connections, I'm like, okay, this person works JP Morgan. I can go talk to the CFO at X, Y, and Z company through his connection. So I reach out to him on LinkedIn, send him a message saying, hey, do you remember me from X, Y, and Z workshop? I met you a couple of years ago. Like, quick overview message, and that's a way for me to actually get to meet somebody else. So networking is super important, not just at this stage, but at future points in your career, because you never know whose help you might need. Not just help, like, you never know whose connection is going to be valuable for you for your own career.